Now, characteristics of nouns. I said there are peculiar characteristics that differentiate a noun from every other part of speech. And then the first one is that only nouns can take determiners such as the, an, a, some, these, and that. Only nouns can take determiners. Only nouns can do what? Take determiners. That is, carry determinants along. For example, we have a lawyer. For verb, if we have shoot, if we say go, go is a verb, right? But can we say a go? Can we say a go or a come? Can we say that? Knowing fully well that come is a verb, go is a verb. Can we say a go? Can we say an go? Can we say the go or the come? Certainly we cannot. So this is one feature, this is one characteristic that differentiates a noun from all other parts of speech. We say only nouns can take the determiner, which includes article a, and, the, some, these, that, etc., etc. As many determinants that you know. A noun, we comfortably take them and take them to be part of them. When you have a determiner plus a noun, it gives you noun phrase. When you have a determiner, right, plus a noun, what you have is equals to a noun phrase. I remember in one of our classes, as you proceed with our lectures, you will come to a place where we talked about, a class where we talked about phrases, and you will discover that in noun phrases, you must have a determiner. In noun phrases, you will always have a determiner. So one of the rules is a determiner plus a noun will give you a noun phrase. So when you are looking at noun phrases, you will always see a determiner there. And the only group or part of speech that takes a determiner along is the noun. So this sets a noun apart from every other part of speech. So we say the determiners include article a, an, definite article the, we have some, we have these, and of course we have that, right? This is one characteristic. Now let us take another characteristic and then look at it carefully. Nouns are mostly changed into plural forms by the simple addition of plural markers. Nouns are mostly changed into plural forms by the simple addition of plural markers. They are simply changed into plural forms by simply adding the plural markers, which is s, es, and ies. Okay, they simply change by either adding s, es, and of course ies. This is also a characteristic of a noun. We say the first one is that only nouns take determiner, article a, an, the, these, that, some, and etc. Another characteristic of a noun is that its plural form comes with s, es, ies. It changes, but we'll give you more explanation. So if you have singular as lawyer, the plural will be what? Lawyers. The plural will be what? Lawyers. If you have the singular as lawyer, the plural will be lawyers, right? The plural will be lawyers. If you have house, you will have houses. If you have box, you will have boxes, right? If you have baby, you will have babies. Now you can see how the plural form changes, how they turn plural. Lawyer, lawyers, s. House, houses, s. Box, boxes. The addition of the suffix ex. Baby, babies. The addition of the suffix ies. Of course, you know what suffix is. We've talked about suffix when we were dealing with word formation. When we're dealing with what? Word formation. We talked about suffixes. suffix, prefix. Pre is the affix coming before the root word. So we have that. We're not explaining word formation now, but now we're talking about parts of speech. The noun changes its form to plural by the addition of s, es, and ies. You can still pluralize certain nouns through some other means. The pluralization of nouns is not restricted to these three again alone. It is not restricted to s, ies, or es suffixes alone. There are other ways you can pluralize a noun. One of the way is what we call vowel mutation. It's called what? Vowel mutation. What does it mean? It means that the vowel within the word will just change. So if I have tooth, it becomes teeth. The plural form of tooth is teeth. What has simply happened there is the change in vowel. That is what we call vowel mutation. It is called vowel mutation. You can memorize this word. It is very important. You can memorize it. It's something new you have to learn today. So it is called vowel mutation. It changes its form. The vowel will just change its form. And you can only get this, understand that it is vowel mutation when you follow our word formation class. Word formation class. That is when you understand this. So it is vowel mutation. It changes. We have nouns that change their vowel forms when they move from a singular to plural. So we have tooth, we have teeth, we have mouse, we have mice, we have stadium, we have stadia, we have medium, of course we have media. However, there are some nouns which cannot change their forms. There are some nouns that do not also change their forms. For example, we have sheep. The plural form of sheep, as in S-H-E-E-P, is still sheep. You don't add S. Sheep is sheep, both in singular and of course in plural. Deer is deer, D-E-E-R. Deer is deer, both in singular and of course in plural. And when you are choosing your verb, when we talk about Concord subject-verb agreement, the notion, the idea behind the subject would determine the kind of verb you use. So if you use a plural verb with sheep, I will know you are talking about sheep as in head of sheep. If you use a plural verb with deer, I will know you are talking about the plural. But if you use singular, I know you are talking about one. You understand now? The notion and then the kind of verb you choose, whether singular or plural, will pass the message across that you are talking about the singular form or the plural form. You understand now? So these are the characteristics of nouns. First of all, I said it changes. Nouns can change by adding s, es, and of course res suffixes to it. And then I also said there are a few nouns that change their form from singular to plural by a way of changing their vowels as well. So you have vowel mutation. They change their vowels. And of course, you have some nouns that do not even change. Sheep is sheep. Deer is deer, both in singular and of course in plural. You have to note these nouns. There is no way you can find out if you don't know them. So you have to do an extra studies. We cannot spend the whole of this class reeling out those words, but you have to find them. And one way to note some of these nouns and of course verbs, irregular verbs, is when you check your Oxford Dictionary. Open to the last pages. You'll see some of these words there. So you can learn as much as possible. You can learn as much as possible. Now we have looked at the characteristics of nouns. And of course, we've also looked at what a noun is, right? Now, let us take it a step further. We're now going to look at the classes of nouns, the types of nouns. You can call it classes of nouns or the types of noun. And what are the types of noun that we have in English language? First of all, we have the proper noun. Secondly, we have the collective noun. And of course, we have the common nouns. We have the proper nouns. We have the common nouns. And of course, we have also the collective nouns. Proper noun, common nouns, and of course, the collective nouns. Now, the question is, what are proper nouns? What are proper nouns? Proper nouns are simply names that we give to particular persons and places. For example, we have John. John is a name of a person, right? We have Tunde. Tunde is a name of a person. We have Vincent. That is a name of a person. We have so many names that you can ever think of. These are names of persons. And then for places, we have Lagos, we have London, we have Texas, we have New York, we have a whole lot of names. You can think of many names as possible, names of places. And as well, you can think of names of persons. All these are proper noun. All these are what? Proper noun. All these proper nouns have some characteristics which are not shared with other nouns. For proper nouns, you must capitalize the initial letters. You must do what? Capitalize the initial letter. What do I mean by this? For example, you have the word John, right? There is no way I will write J in small letter. No. There is no way I will write Tunde in small letter. It's not possible. There's no way I'll write Vincent and then I'll write a V in small letter. It's not possible. And there's no way I'll write Lagos in small letter. No. There's no way I'll write New York in small letter. No, that is not the rule. The rule says that the initial letter, the ones I'm circling, as in John, J, the initial letter, T in Tunde, the initial letter L in Lagos must be capitalized. Must be what? Capitalized. That is it. For proper noun, all proper nouns must be capitalized, which includes the name of persons, the names of place, and of course the names of animals can also be capitalized. So these are proper nouns. These are what? Proper nouns. Now you would note that proper nouns are not usually used in the plural. Proper nouns are not usually used in the plural. So we cannot say Tundes are here. We cannot say Lagos is a nice place. There's no way we can say Lagos is a nice place. Of course, as soon as I mention that word, you will begin to laugh at me. So, but you cannot say Lagos or New York's. These proper nouns are not what? Are not usually pluralized. They are not usually what? Pluralized. For example, we cannot say Adewale's built a house. Ibadan's is my home. Or we say Ibadan's are my home. There is no way we can say that. Rather, we would say Adewale built a house. Ibadan is my home. That is it. So proper nouns can also be sub-classified into the following. Proper nouns can also be divided into the following. So you have personal names like Bayo, like Good Luck, and all that. You can also have names of countries like states, cities, rivers, ocean, like Nigeria. You can have Ghana. These are names of countries and of course cities. Cross River, Kano, Pacific Ocean, River Niger, River Benue, Mountain Kilimanjaro. These are names of what? Places. Then we have names of months and days. December, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. January, February, March, April, May, June, till December. These are names of what? These are names of months and days. So they are also proper noun. Take note, each time you write these names, you must put them in capital letter, whether they appear at the beginning of a sentence, middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence. They must come with initial capital letter. They must come with what? Initial capital letter. For example, you will discover that Ghana is written with capital letter G. If you ever write Ghana with small letter G, then you are wrong. Same with Kano. It will come with initial capital letter K. Cross River will come with initial capital letter C. You can never write the name of a person with small letter. For example, there is no way I will write Bayo and then I will write initial B with small letter. No, it is against the rule. The rule says all proper noun, their initial letter must be capitalized. For Pacific Ocean, you will see the P in capital letter, ocean as well in capital letter. These are examples. Names of newspapers, magazines, titles of books, plays, etc. For example, if I say the Punch newspaper, T in D will be capitalized as well as P in Punch. These are the initial letters, so they must be capitalized. Please, you have to learn these things. They are very important. If you don't capitalize and your examiner is reading your work, or somebody who is learned is reading your work, it will only show that you don't know what you are doing. So you try as much as possible to learn and master these rules. The Nation newspaper, T in the and then N in nation will be capitalized. These are the initial letters, so they must be capitalized when you are writing them. Names of festival as well. Names of festivals. For example, we have Ramadan. The R in Ramadan will be capitalized. Eid, the E in Eid will be what? Capitalized. Same goes for Good Friday, Boxing Day, Christmas Day, Army Day. These are names of key days or festivals, so they must be capitalized. Then also we have names of important places such as offices, buildings, hospitals. For example, you could have Cocoa House in Ibadan. The initial letter C will be capitalized. Cultural Center, the initial C will be capitalized. So many names that you can think of. These are just the few ones that I can put here, but there are so many. You always capitalize them when you are writing them or when you come across them. These are for proper nouns. They are not just called proper nouns for nothing. You have to do it the proper way. You have to give them that proper respect by capitalizing all initial letter with proper nouns. Now, here is a drill for you. Identify the proper nouns in the following sentences. I've done the first one. You will do the second one. John is an intelligent man. You have John is an intelligent man. The correct answer is John. John is the proper noun. So if I ask you, tell me the proper noun in John is an intelligent man, John is the proper noun because it is the name of a person. It is what? A name of a person. Apart from that, you will discover that the initial letter is capitalized. It is not because it is beginning a sentence, but that we are looking at it based on the fact that it is a proper noun. The correct answer is John because it is the name of a person. Now question 2 says, 5 new pages have been added to the Punch newspaper. 5 new pages have been added to the Punch newspaper. So tell me the proper noun in the sentence. Tell me the proper noun in the sentence, or do it for yourself because I'm not there. I can't see you, so you have to do it for yourself and ensure you get it right. If you don't get it right, please go over to the explanation, or go back and then listen to the explanation again. Of course, you will get it correctly. Only nouns indicate their possessive forms by taking apostrophe plus s Only nouns indicate their possessive forms by taking apostrophe plus s. This is one peculiar characteristic of a noun. For example, if we have the ordinary form John, the possessive form will be John's book, John's pen, John's phone. We have the noun lawyer. The ordinary form is lawyer, but the possessive form is lawyers. Only noun take their possessive form by using apostrophe s. By using apostrophe s. By using what? Apostrophe s. Now, this is how to write apostrophe s. Here you have the apostrophe before the s. You have the apostrophe before the s. That is how to write apostrophe s. Only noun show their possessive form through that means. Now, you can also form some nouns by the addition of certain suffixes. You can also form nouns by the addition of certain suffixes like tion, shon, ion, or nes, hood, ian, it, meant, east, attention. So you have hood, you have fatherhood, you have politics, you have politician, you have visible, you can have visibility. You can also have what? Visibility. These are the characteristics of a noun. There are certain suffixes, when added to a word, they will give you a noun. We also told you that it is only nouns that show their possessive form through the use of apostrophe s. You have to note these points. Now, the next nouns that we're going to look at is the common noun. We've treated the proper noun. Let us now look at the common noun. What is a common noun? These are names that do not specify a particular person or place, animal, or object. These are names that do not specify a particular person, place, animal, or object. They refer to a class of people, places, animals, or objects. Example, we talk about teacher, animal, vehicle, friend, etc. Common nouns are of two types. Now, common nouns again are of two types. Under common nouns, we have concrete nouns and abstract nouns. We have concrete nouns and of course we have abstract nouns. So we say common nouns are names that do not specify. No, at all. They do not specify a particular person, a place, an animal, or object. They just refer to the class. For example, I said an animal, a teacher. I'm not specifying. I can talk of vehicles, I can talk of friends, I can talk of, name it, even enemies. You can talk of enemies. These are common nouns. And common nouns do not need to be capitalized. They do not carry initial capital letter. The difference between a common noun and a proper noun is that the initial letter for common nouns are not what? Capitalized. For example, we have teacher. There is no way you write teacher and then of course you write it in capital letter. No. So we say common nouns are of two types. We have concrete. These refer to things that have physical forms. Concrete nouns are tangible. Concrete, from the word concrete, you will know what concrete nouns are. Tangible, they are physical. You could set your eyes on them. You can see them. Right here, I have a table here. So it is a concrete noun. I have a computer system right in front of me. It is what? A concrete noun. You could talk of a pen. It is a concrete noun. Keyboard, it's a concrete noun. Book is a concrete noun. Why? Because I can see them, I can feel them, so they are concrete. Spoon, car, these are what? Concrete nouns. Now, abstract nouns. From the name, you will know what it means. Abstract nouns. Abstract. things that are not tangible. They are not what? Visible. They are just ideas. They stay in our imaginations. They are in our memory. Can you tell me what happiness is? You can only describe it. You can't touch it. Have you seen love physically? You can only express love. You can only do what? You can only express love. You have kindness. You can only show kindness. You can see kindness. You can only show. These are abstract noun. These are what? Abstract noun. So far we've been looking at what a noun is, and we said a noun is a naming word. We gave examples like chimpanzee, examples like Lagos, examples like ideas. We say honesty, we say courage, and the likes. And then we went on further to talk about the characteristics of a noun. And then we told you only nouns can take determiners such as definite article the, an, a, some, this, that. And then we gave you examples like a lawyer, a house, the teacher, some people, my mind, an orange, etc. That is one of the peculiar characteristics of a noun. Secondly, we said nouns are mostly changed into plural forms by the simple addition of plural markers. By the simple what? Addition of plural markers. So if we have lawyer, we have lawyers. By the simple addition of plural markers such as s, es, and ies. So if you have lawyer, the plural form will be lawyers. If you have house, the plural form will be houses. If you have box, the plural form will be boxes. If you have baby, the plural form will be babies. Then we said you can still pluralize certain nouns through some other means. For example, by changing the internal vowel. By changing what? The internal vowel. And then I called that vowel mutation. I called that what? Vowel mutation. So if you have tooth, you have teeth as the plural form. If you have mouse, you have mice as the plural form. So we also looked at that. Then we said only nouns indicate their possessive forms by taking apostrophe s. Only nouns indicate their possessive forms by taking apostrophe s. For example, if we have John, we have John's book. If we have lawyer, we have lawyer's wig. It's showing possession. It shows the lawyer owns the wig and John owns the book. So, and lastly, we said you can also form some nouns by the addition of certain suffixes like tion suffix, ion suffix, ness suffix, hood suffix, and the likes. So we said hood, you could have fatherhood. For the suffix ian, if you have a word like politics, you could have politician. If you have ity, for a word like feasible or visible, you could have feasibility or visibility. And of course, we said if you have meant, suffix meant, move, you have movement. Motor, you could have motorist. Educate, you could have education, and so on and so forth. So far, those are the few characteristics that we've been able to look at in this class. Now, there are questions, two or three questions to test your ability if you actually understand what I have been teaching so far. So, look at the questions and then answer them correctly. If you're having any difficulty, you can as well rewind back and then listen to the class all over again. Now, identify the nouns in the following sentences. Okay, we have Mary's house is beautiful. Mary's house is beautiful. Now, I've gone to solve the first one for you, which is Mary's and house are nouns. Are what? Nouns. Why? Mary can take the possessive form, that is apostrophe s, which is one of the characteristics I just explained. And then house can be pluralized to become houses. You just add s and so it becomes houses. These are the characteristics of noun that I've explained. Now I have the number 2. Number 2 is he ate an apple. He ate what? An apple. Now tell me the noun in the sentence. Just do it. Solve it. Do it. Tell me the noun. Just write out the noun in the sentence and state why you think it is a noun. State why you think it is a noun. It is advisable that you do it so that you master the characteristics of a noun. So you can pause and do it for yourself, okay?